Hey everybody, Anthony from Tactipac, and I've got these two Glock 43 or Glock 43X holsters, IWB holsters, and a Glock 43. And I've got this cool tactical armband that I know you're wondering about. So let's find out about it. Stay tuned. Hey, actually the armband has nothing to do with the video, but the Glock 43 and the two holsters do. The armband is for tendonitis. I experienced some tendonitis pain, and this helps tremendously actually. So if you've never tried one of these armbands and you suffer with tennis elbow or tendonitis running up into your shoulder, just a quick tip, you might want to try one of those armbands. It's helped me greatly. At any rate, look, I have two Glock 43 43X holsters because they're the same fit. But what I do want to talk about today, you'll notice these have two different apparatus here in the front by the trigger guard, and those are a mod wing and a lever. And we've had some questions on our IWB and our max IWBs of why we use a lever versus a mod wing, and that's what I want to go to the bench to, so we can look at the details, and then I'll show you up close on my person what the difference is between using the two and why we choose to use the lever. So let's get to the bench. All right, we're on the bench, and what I want you to see between these two, let me take the gun out of the holster again. That gun's in a safe condition for everybody watching. And let me show you the profile of these two items that I want to discuss, the lever and the mod wing. Maybe familiar more with the mod wing and seeing it out there, not so familiar with the lever, but I want to go over the reasons why we use a lever and not a mod wing. The first reason would be solely, I guess you would say, philosophical, but it translates into something different. And the reason we don't use a mod wing is because it's not custom. It's just a standard mod wing, and we cannot customize it or tailor it to the holster. So what that means is, for instance, this is for a Glock 43. If you step up to a Glock 19, this mod wing is going to fit differently for where it's positioned on the holster. Now, you can drop these holes down further on the kydex, but then you extend the real estate of the kydex. You can drop them out this way, but you extend again the width of the kydex. And so we don't like to compromise on customization for fit and for comfort. Max IWB, as you can see, is probably the most comfortable IWB on the market, and our Max X likewise. And so we don't want to create the most comfortable IWB on the market and then go stick something on there that juts out, makes further real estate, and makes it uncomfortable when we can accomplish the same exact, if not better, purpose with a truly customized lever. And then also that brings into customization as far as colors go. As you notice, this is a carbon fiber storm gray, and so we can customize the lever to match the holster, and it really looks sharp. It looks good versus just a standard flat black mod wing on this other side. So that's the first reason, is philosophical. But the second reason is completely practical, and if not a safety concern. And so what I'd like you to notice, first let me show you with the lever. You see the clearance here at the trigger guard for your full firing grip? Notice I can get my middle finger right up underneath the trigger guard. So when I go to sink down, when that's inside the waistband, I get my middle finger completely up under the trigger guard the way it's supposed to for a full draw grip, full firing grip. And my index finger can stay exactly where it needs to. Now notice with the mod wing, I cannot get my middle finger positioned in the same spot, same holes. I cannot get my middle finger up under the trigger guard with that. Now, other companies, holster manufacturers, will say, well, you can extend it out this way, or you can drop it down this way. Right, if I drop it too low, it won't catch the waistband where it's supposed to. And if I drop it out too far this way, then I extend the width or the real estate of it, and I create a discomfort spot, or I create a wider profile than is necessary. And when you're talking about carrying a small, single stack, slim line little Glock 43 or even a bigger gun, you want the smallest package possible for concealing all day. And so this prevents me from accessing the firearm properly, and it's super uncomfortable. Even if you hit it just a couple times, it's going to hurt your fingers. So that's the second reason, a compromised grip. And I believe you should always be able to get a full, natural firing grip when you unholster your weapon, or when you draw the weapon and you're ready to fire, because your life depends on it. You need that to happen. Now, the last thing I want to show you, and I'm going to go from the bench here right after I show you this quickly, but if you'll notice, the lever versus the mod wing. The lever is a smooth transition into the waistband because of this ramp, and that allows you, when you're putting the holster on for the day, or coming out of the waistband with the holster, taking it off, it gives you a smooth transition to where it doesn't catch. You notice on this mod wing and the other claw-like apparatus out on the market, it'll catch every single time when you're trying to engage this clip. In other words, this is going to catch on top of your belt. Then you've got to manipulate the clip, then you've got to manipulate this and push it down in there. So it causes a two-step process. It's just not necessary for putting on the holster. So I do want to show you that on my person in just a second, but also I want to show you they accomplish the same standoff. In other words, the same distance to push this back into your abdomen to prevent printing. It accomplishes the same thing with both of these features. So not as far as reducing printing, yes, they both work well, but you're going to find that the mod wing is much more difficult and uncomfortable and problematic for firing grip, where the lever is not. It completely stays out of the way. It's able to be tailored, customized to the holster itself, both for fit and finish, and it allows a comfortable grip every single time. So let's go. I want to show you on my person how this catches. All right, now we got a different camera angle so I can show you. Watch the max with our lever. Watch how when I holster it, I just grab the clip, put it in place, and see the lever is engaged, and it's keeping it tight against my body. I tucked in my shirt so you could see this working very well. And so notice, smooth, one hand using the clip. You don't have to do anything to the lever at all. It just pops into place and it holds that handle tight against your abdomen. So it reduces printing tremendously. Now watch. Same holster, same scheme, mod wing. Go to get the clip. Every single time, look at that. See that? It's catching on the edge of the belt. You gotta, and then if it gets past the belt, you get it caught on the pants itself. So the clip is not engaged. So you've got to now change, hold with the clip, get that inside. Now it's in position. Notice it does the same thing, but it's a pain really to get on because of that. And then when you take it off, it comes out okay. Sometimes it does get caught under the belt, but notice again, if you just try to slip that on, that's normally what you end up with. And so that's not, it's not going to work for me. And that's why we don't put these mod wings on our holsters. So, one more time with the lever, slip straight in, one-handed with the clip, and boom, you're in place, tucked in tight into the abdomen. Hope that makes sense to you. If you have any questions, go ahead and put a comment down below this video or shoot us an email. As always, thank you for making the choice to defend yourself and those you love. God bless you and yours.